Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special video. Today we're going to take a look at the just released mod Galaxy at War for Call to Arms Gates of Hell. Gates of Hell is of course the follow-up to the Manowar Assault Squad series, and for Manowar Assault Squad 2 we had the popular mod Galaxy at War, which was used for series like Star Wars Factions. Now, that team led by Juju, who's a good friend of the channel, he contacted me and said that they were beginning to bring the mod over to Gates of Hell, which brings, better graphics, better movement, but also new gameplay mechanics, because, of course, with Gates of Hell, you actually have proper third-person control, as you can see here, where you also had direct control with Manowar Assault Squad 2. The camera really wasn't positioned in a third person, and it really was a hassle to play it, but now you can actually play it as a proper shooter and do all sorts of like cool scenarios with it. You can actually see some really nice effects that are added in the game here as well. For those, of course, who see this and might be asking, like, oh, does that mean we're going to get a Star Wars Factions with this? Again, this is only the first release, so we're going to do, in this video, we're going to take a look at what this release has to offer, maybe end with a small-scale battle, but don't necessarily expect, like, a story-driven thing yet, but I might do, like, a mini-series or something, with some of these units, and instead of making it just a cinematic, I'm going to maybe do like an intro and an outro and then actually have some third-person gameplay, because again, that was not possible with Manowar Assault Squad 2, and it is possible here. I'm also very busy with my other channel, The Game Archivist, which has been going very well, so I have to see when and how I can do this, but seeing this mod now to Gates of Hell really makes me want to see what is possible. Alright, so first let's begin with the units that have been added. Now, the units look absolutely amazing. These animations are, of course, also now better than ever thanks to Gates of Hell. And you can actually see here the battle droids. Now, there are more variants of the battle droids, but I showed this to show that there are different color schemes and different weapons. And again, the models look absolutely phenomenal. Even if you go close up, you can see like some really good detail on the weapons. And again, they move very, very nicely and convincingly. And in case you're wondering, like, why can you not properly aim like with a reticle, I turned off the HUD display. I can actually turn it back on, and we can now, for example, take control of a clone, and now we can properly aim. There's also, of course, the game Call to Arms, which actually offers a first-person perspective, and I know that some people were hoping to see this mod on there. But, of course, the problem with the first-person perspective is that you also have to model all of the weapons to a first-person perspective, which brings some extra hassle with it. So here we actually have the clones. Regular clone troopers look very, very nicely. Again, many different weapons, and all of them work very well. Oh. This actually needs the HUD. So if you actually are one of the snipers and you press the right mouse button, you actually get a proper first-person reticle over here. Long reload time there, but very cool to just stay back and provide some cover. This is, of course, a T unit. Also properly works, which is very, very nice. Mostly also because the AI sometimes doesn't utilize the AT weapons very well. Here we have the Coruscant Guard. These, to my knowledge, are the only skins of the clone troopers that are currently there. I did see that there are some other skins in the mod at the moment that you can put over some of the units, but that requires some extra steps, and I think for now really focuses on some of the clone commandos. Now, this is actually something that I'm very excited about. These are Geonosians. Geonosians are not the most popular thing, but I always love it when a modder or mod creator goes out of their way and goes for a more niche or more original setting. I mean, I love the clones too, don't get me wrong, but let's be honest, we have a lot of clone mods and things, and for many, many games. Geonosians, not so much. And what's really cool is, again, their movement is very convincing, and if you actually use their weapons, also very convincing, very fun. Wouldn't want a whole game with the Geonosians, but we can definitely do some cool scenarios where we actually do that. Also, if you know some cool scenarios which we can do, let me know. It might actually be very cool to do a Gates of Hell battle and maybe have Geonosians against the German or Russian army in World War II and see how that works. So here we actually have Naboo. Now, speaking of Naboo, do a quick little detour over here. So I just placed these random buildings over here just to show them off, because there's a lot of buildings that come up with this mod as well of Naboo, and this is actually a lot. There are a lot more. I think there are like 3 or 4 times as many buildings as I put here, and so it requires some time, but you can actually make a Naboo map or a Naboo city. You know, Mighty Mapper might actually have a field day with this, because there's a lot that he can do with this awesome mod for Gates of Hell. And if you've seen the maps that Mighty Mapper makes, it is absolutely amazing what he does, and I don't think there's like anyone who comes even close to the detail that he puts in the maps there. Now, this Tatooine area, by the way, was already there. This is a Tatooine test map, and shows off some of the assets and architecture that you can see there. There's some other cool, neat little things there, like, for example, Jabba. The model of Jabba the Hutt is in there, and some things of Jabba's palace. But yeah, speaking of Naboo, we have here the Naboo Guard. This is the pistol variant, and I always thought that the Naboo Guards looked a little bit derpy. I guess in a way they need to resemble early helmets of the Rebels. But what I really love, and I'm going to be quiet for a moment. Again, the sound design in this mod is superb. So, the speed and sound of many of the different blasters vary to the point where it is always fun to try out new units and try out new weapons. Here we actually have the SMG variant.
Got it, sir.
You can see way different, and I love the effect. It's very visceral, the effect that you have when you actually shoot on the walls. Makes it really spectacular. Here we have the actual, this is security. This is, I think, the Imperial Palace Guard. The only thing I can say here, again, this is early, like the early version, things will change, is that the hats look a little bit derpy, but I assume that that will be changed in upcoming updates. I believe that this version is public, so you can also actually download and check the mod for yourself. The link will be in the description down below. And this is what I'm really, really excited about, is of course that we have Delta Squad over here. Now we have, of course, already had Delta Squad in Armored Assault. I'm actually very proud of the Delta Squad episodes I made for Star Wars Faction. Took a lot of time to make that, I can tell you that much. But now, with the third person, you can actually make some scenarios and properly play as the members of Delta Squad and take part in the battle. And as you can actually see there, we have many different weapons that we can use there, including the grenade launcher, regular blaster, we have the sniper, regular pistol. Very, very cool. Again, a lot of gameplay variety is happening with just the Delta Squad alone. And then let's get to the vehicles. 3 vehicles, I believe I counted, that are available. Though I will say this, there are like 3 or 4 variants of each one. So there's, for example, there is a TX-130 variant without the turret on top. And again, the cool thing is, they are completely controllable and work fine. Now, I chose this variant for a particular reason. If you use the standard TX-130 variant, you will not be able to aim like I'm doing right now freely. The reason why is because you only have those 2 guns on the side, and I think I can change to those, maybe? Yeah, I think. So now I have control of the side guns, and as you can see, I can only aim up or down, but left or right does not work. So it's actually pretty difficult to use this, like, precisely. If there's like a large group of units, or maybe a very large unit in and of itself, then it's easy to use. Again, love the ricochet effect. But you cannot really do precision aiming. Where with this, you can actually do use precision aiming and therefore it is better to use in something like an armored battle. Same goes for this. If you're on the top turret, you actually have full control and can shoot where you want.
I think Sam might have an anchor problem.
You also have a blaster over here. But if you actually use the side, same thing here. You can aim up or down, but that is pretty much it. Therefore, it's not as easy to use, and it's easier to, for example, take control of the main turret and have the AI do the side gunners for you. As you can see, if you go to first person, a little bit of vision blurring, but again, this will hopefully be fixed in upcoming updates. In third person, it is still doable, but I will say this is the maximum that you can actually zoom out, so you actually have to, the issue is that if I hover the camera pretty high, to you know, see what's over my my unit, the turret automatically aims down. So actually, when I aim straight forward, my unit is actually blocking vision. So hopefully, I don't know actually if that's possible, but the camera will be set a little bit higher for if you take control of an AAT. What's really exciting here too is the LAAT of the clones, and you can see I already put some clones in there. And with Gates of Hell, you can actually have flying vehicles and take control of them. I even put some clones over here. You can actually put more clones in there, but as you can see, you can fill this whole thing up there. And again, beautifully detailed with all the clones, even in the side gunners. And if we actually take control, what did I put the ascend button on again? I think, there we go. Again, the camera does not zoom out more, so it's a little bit difficult to use, but I can just use it like this. I can hover. I can also ascend or descend and basically do strafing runs. Though again, it is not necessarily recommended because it is fairly difficult to use from this camera standpoint, but it does offer some very, very cool shots. And again, the fact that you just can fairly easily, compared to something like Manowar Assault Squad, fairly easily can use the flying vehicles is very, very cool. This is just the first step into what hopefully will be fleshed out, where you can actually have some very cool air support on the ground. You can also even... that's the back gun. And here we go. You actually now have control of the side gun. So you can do some really, really cool stuff with this. I'm very, very excited about that. And that is it, people, for now, I guess. We're going to end with a test battle. It's just going to be a small battle, mostly also because Call to Arms and Gates of Hell have been giving me some problems with a lot of crashes. And I don't know if it's mod related or just a game. I'd actually have a lot of crashes with Call to Arms as well without using mods, so I don't know what it is. Manowar Assault Squad has also been very unstable a lot of the times, but we'll just do a clones versus droids battle, maybe with some vehicles to showcase off, and I might do it on a Tatooine inspired level or just a vanilla level in the game. But let's end this with a bang. Alright, so here we go. Here we actually have the battle. I added a few more variants of the droids, as you can see here. Again, the models look absolutely astounding, full of detail. And I just copied some of the assets that were found on the Tatooine map, and we have a bunch of clones against a bunch of droids. I think there's a little bit over 100 units in this battle that take place, and just a little bit of vehicle action. We'll probably be playing mostly as the clones, but we'll see how the battle goes. And if it doesn't crash, we might also see some perspectives from the droids. I put these units over here so that they will attack each other, and the other units at the back will actually be triggered. So here we go. Taking control of the clones, and it's like Battlefront 2, but better. As you can see here, the the particle effects of blasters hitting the walls is incredibly visceral and spectacular. Might be a little bit too much. Again, if you have two big armies, you might not actually be seeing what you're shooting at, because the droids are somewhere in there. But again, this is only the first release, and I'm sure you can also give some feedback to the creators, as long as it's just, like, respectful and well argumented. Oh, I took some damage there. Oh, my character died. It's actually... Is there a sniper? No, oh, actually, this... So again, I would love to, for example, in the future, make some series that are narratively driven, but then actually partake in the action itself. This was never possible with Man of War Assault Squad, and seeing the world of Star Wars now from this perspective, with so much that is possible, is absolutely fantastic. Oh, there we actually have the CIS tank. Let's actually take control of an AT unit and see if we can do something there. Do I have ammo? I do. Not too sure if I hit something, because again, there was a lot of particle effects there. Oh, that was a hit. Of course, they're very well armored on the front. But you can see that the AI is very well capable of partaking in this. We might actually take control of this vehicle right here. Looks like the AI was not actually able to get through this building. Sorry about that, clone. Oh, I'm trying to get through. I can't. Okay. Hopefully that clone is still fine. I don't think he's dead. I think I just... Yeah, exactly. Get up. Get up, soldier. You're fine. And again, this is just a simple battle. And some other cool things are very possible. Like, we have a lot of Naboo buildings and assets to our disposal as well. So, doing a battle in, like, the Naboo Palace would be very cool. Oh, here we go. Oh, I love the effects when the armor actually clashes. Unfortunately, the... Wait. Is my thing damaged? I'm not able to actually aim. Oh, here we go. Either my fellow AI is dead, or they just don't fire on the tank because they know that, like, light blaster fire won't really penetrate its armor. It seems I'm not actually able to do a whole lot of damage here. But again, the effect's very cool. Ooh, look at that though. You can also see the burn hole that I left on there. Look at that. That's very cool. Very detailed. And there, that's actually now the hull is broken. And do we have any AT units left? Doesn't really look like it. Oh, we got some units over here. One final droid, which I cannot see through all the smoke. Alright, there he is. We can actually, if the game doesn't crash, we can take a look at the droid perspective and see how they play. Nope, it didn't crash, so let's actually take control of the droids. Which droid do we want to be? That red guy was very brave. That's the last one standing. And again, this is such a weird little detail, but the fact that I can now also enter buildings and see it from the inside, it's just so cool. You don't understand. Now, obviously, this is very empty, but we'll have to wait for more assets and more things like furniture and stuff to make them. But you know, seeing some of the maps we had for Galaxy at War, like the Coruscant map. Can you imagine playing on the Coruscant map and going into the buildings? It's absolutely amazing. One game that I find a little bit underrated is the PlayStation 1 version of The Phantom Menace. And probably most of you are too young to remember that game, but or to have even played it. But there's a level there on Tatooine where it almost feels like a sandbox RPG thing, where you just have to walk through the city and talk to people and find Anakin and do some quests. And you can really do things like that as well with this, because now you can properly play this. It's no longer just an RTS. It's an actual third-person action game. Oh my goodness, we are absolutely getting destroyed. And you know, like I said, we can do some pretty cool stuff with the World War II units as well in these early sort of series. Like, you know, how strong would an AAT be against like a Tiger tank? Or maybe one of the Russian tanks. It would be very cool to figure that out. Do we actually have a sniper? Is this a sniper guy? Nope. Oh, very low fire rate, but very strong, as you can see. Wow, I'm killing clones left and right with this weapon. Boom, another one down. Another one down. Again, I love the animations as well. It's so cool. It's absolutely awesome to see this mod be upgraded to this game and all of the new possibilities. It really makes me want to experiment, try out different things, and it's very, very cool. Oh my god, just slaughtering them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this match definitely goes towards the droids. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at this. I think this was a good showcase. I don't know how much content I will still make for this. Again, the game has been prone to crashing a lot. And making a whole like scenario and then, you know, it crashes and stuff will mean I lose hours of work with nothing in return. But we'll see it. This is a very simple scenario, so maybe in the beginning we'll just keep to simple scenarios and then make more complex situations as we work through it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am very excited to see where this mod goes and what sort of like new things we can expect with this upgrade. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.